A few years ago, I bought a pair of these tables, and when they were shipped, they came with a rod that gets inserted on the inside and screws into a small metal piece underneath the glass top. However, one of them, if you look here, the thread at the tip on both ends was defective. So it looks like, let's get it in focus for you guys. And let's get it in the light. So yeah, right there you can see how it's defective. So I had the company send me another rod, but they accidentally sent me, the rod came packaged in the lower portion, which is basically with the base, because each table came in two boxes, one with the top, one with the base. So I got an extra base. Now naturally this rod is useless because I can't use a thread. So what I'm going to do is use a different rod. I bought an entire long threaded rod, and it's thicker than, as you can see, it's thicker, but at least it will fit in the top and it will be nice and snug. So what I need to do now is cut it to length. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it to length, and then we'll be able to continue with our project. I went ahead and I taped this, and then using my Dremel with a little like angle grinder type bit, I was able to cut it. And one thing I need to do is, let's see, make sure it's in focus. Okay, see if I can, oh wow, I did such a clean cut. I am able to thread it on that side. I was worried that I won't be able to thread it on both sides and have to run the screw down the entire length. So now that this is threaded, I can go ahead and start working on this. So let me get this table out of the way so it's not interfering with or blocking how I'm going to do this. So what I'm going to be doing is taking this vintage tractor seat. It's pitted, so I think it's been repainted, but I'm just going to keep it this color. I may just take a moist microfiber cloth and wipe it clean when I'm done. But there is a hole right over here, and let's see, right there. I'm actually going to adjust the camera. Okay, there we go. So you guys can see better. So there is a hole right over here, and I can thread through here, but if I line the hole up, the weight is on the back here, and I want the weight more evenly centered, so I'm going to have to remove that piece and then turn this around, and this hole will be on that side. So to do that, I have these channel locks. Okay, so okay, I got it turned a little bit. It's starting to get loose. Let's see if I may have to do this off camera, so give me a moment. Okay, so I do have this now turned, so then if I put this over the hole, it will be lined up a lot nicer. So now what I need to do, well so I'm going to show you the underside. So the underside has an area, oh what's this gunk? Huh. Anyway, where you can run the bolt and everything through here. So I have one bolt, and I'm going to try and put a couple on each end. So I'm going to run a second one. Whoops. Yay, it fit. Just to have it extra tight and secure. Nice thing is this rod is thicker than the original, but I don't know how strong this metal is, so I want to make sure it's secure. Then I picked up some washers, so I'm just going to put one washer in there. Okay, like so. Now before I actually try to assemble this, I need to make sure that I can get the entire thing threaded and not, you see I can't get the washer in there, so that's a problem. So I need to raise this up and investigate. Okay, so it should be able to fit under there. So what I'm gonna do is slide this washer. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is slide the washer here so it can fit in there, like so. Now I have a washer in here, and I can run this through. And I can't get both of them in there, so I'm gonna have to just keep one at the bottom. So what I'm gonna do, well, let's see how this fits. Yeah, both of them won't fit in there, so I need to loosen this to the edge and then push it in there. And I need to loosen it a little more, so this way it's not digging into the ground when I have it sitting in there. Yeah. Okay, and then I'll have to use an adhesive to get that back on there. So now we have this thing threaded. Before I go ahead and put the seat on there, what I did was I took a piece of craft foam and I made a gasket. So this way it's going to sit against here and it will give it a little padding. And I put this in the wrong orientation. Don't know if you heard the thunder, but if you notice the way it's molded and everything, it's not a perfect circle, so it's not an easy, or not straightforward to do this, but that's sticking out here. You know, I just did this roughly, so yeah, I'm gonna put it that way. Okay. Now what's worrying me is if I have this too long. So let's see. Nope, it fits. So now what I can do is I have a couple other washers. This one's a little bent, and I just took what was laying around in the garage. And I'm going to run that over there. Then I'm going to set this in here, like so. Run another washer above there. And I have enough length that I'm going to put all three of these nuts that I have, assuming they'll all fit in there, and screw in. But this thing's starting to turn, so this is going to be the tricky part. I may have to do this off camera. Nope, I got that in. Awesome. Okay, and then I want this lined up so that the bottom inside of the seat is lined up with the curve at the bottom. And now what I'm going to do is use the channel locks, and I have a socket bit. So I'm going to run the socket underneath and use the channel lock to secure the top piece, and then I'll secure it with a couple of these and we'll try it. So I'm going to go ahead and do these off camera, at least tighten the top piece off camera. So I ended up having to loosen the bottom piece to raise this up to get that third bolt in there. I know it looks tacky, but I really need only one, but I just want to make sure those are not going to be just wasted but put to use. So I'm going to tighten each one individually as tight as I can, and hopefully there won't be much play. So this top one was hard to go in, but it's acting as a stop, so there won't be much play on the top, you know, like the springing action. And this is what it looks like. I'll show you the full thing in a moment, but we're going to go ahead and test it out. Wow. Whoa. So the fact that it leans to the back and can topple over shows that it's not a very safe seat. And if I do have this piece back on the front there, or if I don't have it turned around, you'd be leaning back even more. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and let's go ahead and take this off the stand. And that's what the finished product looks like. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching. And don't forget to subscribe.